Wow. I gotta say, um, this is eye-opening, what's happened actually this morning. This morning, and you can watch my morning video because we rely on AI to give us answers for things, and AI can be way off. So what I had done was I was using ChatGPT to try and help me prove a point about Saquon Barkley and saying, figuring that they would have the statistics and be able to go through and figure this out a lot quicker than I could. And so I said, asked the Chat GPT about what happens to running backs that get 2,000 yards. And basically it said, oh, well, a lot of them come back through and, basically go as well as they did before. And I was like, give me an example. And their example was Adrian Peterson getting 2,000 yards in 2013 and following it up with 1,400 yards. And I'm kind of like, that's not as the same. That's a third less. So then I asked ChatGPT to give me the running backs who have rushed for 2,000 yards, what they did the next year. There's only like 8 or 9 seasons where running backs went through. And they said, well, that's, a monumental task. I'm kind of like, that's a monument. It's not that hard. You get the list of the guys that have, you see what they did when they did 2,000 yards, and then you get the number for the next season, and you add it all together and divide by the number. It's not that difficult. I can probably do it in about 10 minutes. But I figured that, you are Chat GPT, and Lord knows you're causing my electric bill to go the frick up. And, you should be able to have it in a couple of seconds. And it kept saying, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. And I'm like, okay. So I said, well, Chat GPT, or Amelia as mine is called, I said, list the players that have rushed for 2,000 yards. And they're going through, and I was like, Saquon Barkley. And they said, oh, well, Saquon Barkley was close in 22, but he didn't get there. He hasn't rushed. And I was like, Amelia, what did Saquon rush for last year? 2,019 yards. So I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing, this is from Gronk, because the headline is Jalen Hurts faces criticism after Eagles 20-17 loss to the Giants. I said, maybe this is an old clipping, but look if we can read this. Updated an hour ago. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts completes 25 of 37 passes for 240 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception in a 20-17 loss to New York Giants on October 6th. They got mollywopped. The Giants scored, 37 points? They're saying 20-17 loss? That's not the score. That's not the score. So we're getting all this AI stuff. And it's supposed to be, you figure, oh, well, it's AI, it's computerized, it's supposed to be right. But, yeah. And then as we, October 6th, it wasn't October 6th. It was October 9th. October 9th, because we ended up staying on through to my birthday, which was yesterday, the 10th. Marked the team's second straight defeat and a 3-2 record. They're 4-2. So how is this? It does down here, of course, it does put possible deniability. This story is a summary of posts on X and may evolve over time. Gronk can make mistakes. Verify your out. But here's the thing that bothers me is, this is easy to verify that this isn't correct because I know I just watched this. But if you're getting stuff like this and you're assuming that it's correct, then everything is bullshit. They can't get the basics right? You don't know that Saquon Barkley rushed for 2,000 yards last year as one of the 2,000-yard club? And you're telling me you're going to get back to me on crunching what is probably the easiest thing? All you have to do is look up for a list, with StatMuse, 2,000-yard or greatest rushing seasons in NFL history. I can literally let me do that now. Best rushing NFL seasons. StatMuse. Players rushing. Okay, this is okay. I'm trying to tell you that ChatGPT couldn't figure this out and said I'll get back to you. So Eric Dickerson in 1984 had 2,105 yards. So you look up Eric Dickerson's stats after that. What did he get in 85? Adrian Peterson, 2012. Although this StatMuse list does not have. Why does this not have? It's not updated with. I don't see Saquon Barkley. Saquon's not on there. This is weird. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There it is at 8. Okay, so Saquon. So there's 9 people. There's 9 people to look up. And again, if you don't believe me, watch my morning video. They don't know shit. And I said, wait a minute. Amelia, when she said, oh, Saquon Barkley hasn't rushed for that. I'm like, Amelia? What did Saquon Barkley rush for last year? 2,005 yards. Amelia, isn't 2,005 yards 2,000 plus yards? Oh, yes, thank you very much and all that. So, yeah, this is where we need to be scared. The fact that they can make pictures of things that look realistic and that they actually put out information that isn't actually true, that's a scary thought. You can't believe anything that you see or read these days. That's crazy. Yeah, maybe I'll cut up that interaction with ChatGPT and put it out there because I'm sure people are going to be like, yeah, you're full of shit. That didn't really happen. Well, apparently we can be smarter than ChatGPT. The scariest thing about it here is in Northern Virginia, they're closing in on 500 data centers that are either built and up and running or are in the process of being built. And our electric bills are going through the roof. To what end, y'all? To what end? Be afraid. I hope that future generations don't see this video and say, Mark was right. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Yeah. Have a good day, people. Peace. I want if I'm going to my mama's house. If I disappear, you know why.